Hello and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak. In this video I'm going to showcase to you the procurement management system that we've created. It's not 100% complete, but it can perform all the basics, all the most important tasks of the procurement management system. So with that much said, let us begin. So I'll begin by going to the link where I'm hosting this management system, which is pro.zaharawares.com. So I'll go to the website, and here is the landing page that you'll see once we reach the website. Let me put in full screen mode so that you can see clearly, and I'll zoom a little bit. Okay, so when you land on the website, that's what you'll see, and you'll be able to do what? To log in. So before I proceed, I'd like to tell you that this system has got three different levels, or three different access levels. The first level is the level of the headmaster. The headmaster is like an administrator of the system. He's the one who will be creating different users, and he's the one who will be confirming the orders before they are proceeded. So headmaster is the one who will have the full control. That is the first level. The second level is the procurement officer. The procurement officer is the one who is responsible for the school store. Remember, we make this according to this procurement management of a school. That's the concept that we took. So it is in form of a school procurement management system. So we have a procurement officer. He's the one who will be like a storekeeper. He's the one who can notice that their stock is running out for the school, and you'll be able to do what? To place orders. And then we have the supplier. That is the last level. We said that there are three levels. The first one, the headmaster. The second one is the procurement officer. The other one is the supplier. Supplier is the one responsible for creating products. So those are different vendors. You can call them suppliers or vendors. They're the one who will be creating the products into the system, and then the school can be able to create the orders, and those orders will be verified first by the headmaster. So to wrap it up all, it has three levels, three different access levels. That is the headmaster, who is acting as the entire system administrator. We have the procurement officer, who is managing the school stock, and then we have the supplier or the vendor. So with that much said, let us begin by looking into the system, and then we'll test it. So I'll begin by logging in into the system as a headmaster. So to log in as the headmaster, you will simply put hm@gmail.com. That is the testing email that I created for logging in as a headmaster. So password is 1234, and then I'll click on login. So username not found. Why? Let me try again. hm@gmail.com, password 1234. Okay, so it is also secured. There is security. You cannot access it if you don't have the correct credentials. Okay. In fact, because I've zoomed, so you'll see as if it is like this with these. So it is responsive on a mobile phone. That's why when I've zoomed the system, you see it will have these navigation bars. But if I zoom out, it will be like this. Normally, it will be like this. So that is the system for us. Here is the dashboard of headmaster. Let me zoom in so that you can see clearly. So here is the dashboard of headmaster. Okay, at this moment we have not put anything in the dashboard, but by the time the system will by the time we finish the system, we'll be able to put here maybe summary of the entire system status, maybe the amount of products in the stock, what suppliers are selling, the orders. So here will be like a summary of the of the entire system, but at this moment this dashboard is still kind of empty. But that's not a very big deal. So let's see the menu of this headmaster. You see the name of the headmaster is here, and then he is logged in as a headmaster. His status is here. So this one can be changed also, like a profile of a user who is logged in can also be changed. So let us look at the menu. So if you click here, you get this menu. So we'll have the dashboard, that is the home page of the headmaster who is logged in. We have the users list on the suppliers. Some menus here are not complete, are not functioning because they're not complete, some items here. So I have the products and the bidding. So this bidding will also be the last thing that we'll do, but it is not implemented yet. So I have the product types, we have the invoices, we have the orders, and we have the reports and the charts. So here this only functioning here is the orders. Here we'll have the invoices, but it is the only functioning part here, the orders. So, and the profile of the car of the person who is logged in, and maybe the company information will also be here. So let us start looking at the users list. So like the way I said, that a headmaster is the one who is having full control over the system. He's the one who can add new suppliers and then give those credentials to suppliers. He's the one who can add a new procurement officer and then give the login credentials to the procurement officer. So let me click on users list. By clicking on the users list, we'll be able to see all the users who are registered into the system. Okay, so as the headmaster, you'll have the access to add or remove the user. The removing part is not there yet, but it is possible to be implemented. So you can search, for example, if I wanted to see all people who are beginning with the name of Bombale, so he can search. Assume that this table has become too huge, so the headmaster will have ability to do what? To search through this left table, either by phone number, okay, see, or you can search by what? By name. For example, let me say I'm searching Hadija. Okay, so you see, only people with having the name Hadi will appear. So it is having a live search. So let us assume that the headmaster wants to add a new user. So we'll simply come here to users, and then you click on what? On add new user, and then we'll provide a form where where a headmaster can add a new user. This new user can be a supplier, can be a procurement officer. So it is just like the administrator. So what we'll ask for is the first name, the gender of this user, the phone number of this user, the address, and then we'll ask the company. The name of the company will remain as this company name, and then we'll have the description or the details about this user, if he's a user or if he's a vendor, or if he's just a supplier. If he's a supplier or is a procurement officer, the details will go here, and then here we can select the position of this user. Can either be a guest, can either be a headmaster. So this headmaster can add also another headmaster. It can be a supplier, or it can be a procurement officer. So the most important parts are here three. The headmaster, he can create a new headmaster, or a supplier, or a procurement officer. So this form will be used when you're creating a new user. Assume that you have another vendor wants to incorporate with you, so you can add him from here, and then we'll create the email for this vendor and the password for this vendor. So the email and the password are the ones that will give this vendor, that will provide to this vendor, so that they should be able to do what? To log in into the system. The email goes here and the password will go here. So this email and password is the one that will provide to this either vendor or supplier for them to be able to log in into the system. I hope you understood. So if you have a file that you want to submit about this vendor, you can as well submit it here. Maybe it's a CV or any details about this vendor, we can submit it here, if it's a vendor or a supplier. So I hope you've understood how we add how we add someone, a new user, into the system. We simply come to users list, and then you click on add new user. Then you'll be able to do to add the user into the system. So that is the first section. If you zoom out, this menu will be fixed there, but I'm zooming in so that you can see clearly. But normally this menu will be fixed here. Okay, so it is responsive. So that is the users list. Okay, another point to note is so you should be noting down that we'll be testing. You will test unit by unit as I have gone through. So the first note is to log in as headmaster. Then try to access the users, and then try to add a new user, and the user can be of different levels. So here, if you click here, we'll be showing the suppliers only, but we have not implemented this yet. So we have product types. That's another important thing, so you should note it down. Product type. So since this management system is responsible for managing the quantity of different products, the quantity, like, we should be able to trace the quantities as well as for the prices, the units. Okay, so to do that, we had to group products. That's why I had to create a product type. But if we allow a user to add any kind of a product, or we allow vendors to add any kind of product, it will be almost impossible or very hard to be accessing the units, to be accessing, I don't know, I should explain the quantities and the units. For example, that we allow the users to add any kind of product. Assume that they add something that is that is not even supported by the system. So how shall we know that this is the amount of that product that is remaining? So to do that, I had to create or to group products into product type. So this is like the headmaster will be setting the rules of the system, which kind of product, the specific products that the suppliers will be adding into the system. So once we have those specific products, like for example here, you see I did an example of adding a type of product, beans, cooking oil, maize. So this one will help us to know the quantity of the cooking oil that are already in the system. For example, you can see here we're having beans, average price of beans. So we sum up all the suppliers' prices and we get the average price. Okay, and then here we put it here. So by doing like this, we'll even know the quantity of all the beans that are inside the system, or that the suppliers are setting, they're produce. I mean, they're selling in the system. So you see here, you can simply determine the average price of a specific product. For example, you can see maize is 1,200 per kilogram. That is the average price. But if we allowed the system to just accept any kind of product, it will be very hard for us to control the system. I mean, to control the products as well as knowing the amount of the product in the system. So you can see the average price. We can as well get the average amount. Okay, so here under this section we have a what? Let me show you. Under this section we have a product type. Okay, product type, and this product type are the one that will enable us to do what? To manage the products in form of categories. For example, if it is beans, it will be beans to every supplier. If it is cooking oil, it will be cooking oil to every supplier. So it will be up to them to add the quantity and the prices of their selling. You can as well search here, as you can see. So I added some sample. So if you have another product, let us say like sorghum or maybe cassava, you can also add it as you try. So if you want another product type, you click here, add new product type. But remember, these capabilities are available only to what? To the headmaster or the administrator of the system. So we can add here a product name. We can add here the price of this product. We can add the average price of this product. We can add the units that we're using to count this product. Remember, every product has got its units. For example, cooking oil, we can measure it in what? In liters. And then, for example, what? Maize flour, we can measure it in what? In kilograms. So that you need to write it here. If it is kg or LTS, liters, or the rest, you'll be putting it here. So here we're creating a new product type that is going to say the rules, or that is going to be that is going to limit the suppliers or people who are using the system when they're adding the items in this system. So add product type. So this is advanced adding a new product type. For example, we can say we are adding let us say cassava. So average price of cassava, maybe let us say we are counting it in kilograms, not pieces. Maybe let us say it is 500 Uganda shillings. The unit, it is maybe kgs, kilograms, or I can put just kg. Okay, and then I can select a picture of this product. Okay, so make sure that when you're creating a product, when you're creating a product, you should have a relevant picture in it so that it should not confuse the suppliers. Also, let me download a picture of cassava. Also make sure that the pictures that you're using, they are relevant. Otherwise, if you don't use relevant pictures, it will make you lose maybe the mark from your supervisor. So by putting relevant picture, your system will also look relevant. So I'm going to drag and drop here this picture here. Okay, otherwise if I put my own picture, for example selfie of my own, the system will accept it, but it will be irrelevant. So test, when you're testing, put the right pictures for the supervisor, your supervisor, to get the real concept of to understand the real concept of your project. So you see, when I wanted the cassava photo, I had to download it and I add it there. So maybe here will go the details about this product type. Okay, so you have right here the details of this product type. Then I'm going to add new product type. See, the new product type was added successfully and it's taking us to the product type. So you can see here we're having cassava also added. So it means that now the system is supporting what? It's supporting cassava. You can edit, you can delete. You see, you can edit even this product type. You can as well do what? You can as well delete it. So that's it. So we have now how many? 5 product type that we are supporting. You're supporting rice, we are supporting maize, you're supporting cooking system, cooking oil, we're supporting cassava, we're supporting beans. So that's it. So it means that the headmaster has set the rules for this system. For this system. So after doing that, now we have the product type, and you've seen how we make the product type. Okay, so that's the thing that you have to test also. Then you have the invoices and bidding. These are not implemented yet. Then you have orders. So these orders is where the orders will be placed. But since this one is the headmaster, like they always gave the rules, the headmaster will not have ability to place a new order, but will have ability to confirm the orders before they are displayed to what? To the supplier. So the headmaster can preview an order or he can delete an order. So you can, and you will see the status of what? All these orders. So if you click here, you'll be able to preview this order, and this is how the order will be previewed. We'll have here the order ID. Then we'll have the product type or the items in this order, right? So you have the unit price and the quantity and the total price that we took on this order. Then unit price, quantity, and the total price. So you have the date when this order was created, the vendor who supplied this order, and the price, the total price that we paid for this order. And you have here the status. Okay, so there are 3 status of an order. There is pending, there is shipping, and cleared. So right now this is in a status of cleared, and the only action that the headmaster that can do on this order at this particular time is to delete this order. But there are other actions that you'll see, for example, confirming an order. And who is responsible for placing a new order? The storekeeper, or the procurement manager, or the procurement officer. So, and once the procurement officer places an order, then the headmaster will be able to confirm those orders. Okay, but the headmaster cannot create a new order. No, that's not his task. So the one who is in the stores is the one who can create a new order. The task of headmaster on an order will just be to confirm this order, and this, once he confirms this order, then this order will be able to appear on the on the supplier side. So that is the side of of the administrator can see, of the headmaster. You can see all the orders, he can view, he can delete the order, okay, but he can't create a new he can create a new order. So you have the reports. Here we'll have the reports and the charts, but they're not implemented yet. We're just focusing on the main functionality of the system, because if you present it right now, you know, when you're presenting a system, most especially for university, the supervisors always concentrate only much on on functional goals and non-functional goals. So the supervisor will concentrate on functional goals, and these should be the basic goals. These others can be even implemented later after after you've presented. Okay, so that's why I was concentrating much on on the functional goals. So that's it for the headmaster. We will come back for the headmaster again when we are confirming an order. So we say that the headmaster can add users, can add product type, can also manage the orders. Now let us log in as procurement officer, and then we're going to try to create an order right now, and we'll see what will be the next task. Okay, so let us log out this headmaster. So to log out, we just simply come here and then click on log out. Other things that are options that are appearing there but they're not functioning will be implemented later. Okay, so let us log in. Okay, I'm going to log in as a supplier. So to log in as a supplier is supplier at let me log in as a procurement officer. So it will be po@gmail.com. These are users types user examples that I use just for testing. So I'll log in. So when you log in as a procurement officer, this is what we'll get. So remember, this is the storekeeper, procurement officer. So let me show you. This is the main dashboard of a procurement officer. He will show you these things. We'll show our store all the time. It is having the amount of beans that we're having in our store. It will be here, the amount of cassava. You see now the product type that we created, even cassava has been listed here. That's why I said that we have to manage the product types, not to allow any kind of product. But here, by doing that, we can even be able to create a summary. See, we're seeing the amount of beans in our store, the amount of cassava, the amount of cooking oil, the amount of maize, and the amount of rice. And then here you can see our stock. In fact, this is where we see it from. This is where they're having the values. So here the cassava, in the beans we're having 300, this amount of kilograms. Cassava, this is the price. In fact, it's supposed to be the price, so this is a mistake here. Okay, so here we'll be showing the amount of the stock. For example, if I want to see the cooking oil, so the store can be noticing how the store is standing at the moment, the price and the amounts that are there. But this one is not having the accurate figures, but it will be there. So you go to purchase more, then to take you to the shop. Now the customer, the procurement officer, as you can see here, is Sumaya Masika, is logged in as what? Is the procurement officer. So if you click on vendors, this is now the procurement officer. What you can see, the procurement officer will be able to see all the vendors in this form. You can see he's seeing the vendors right now, having only one vendor. Show the number of products that he has, maybe the orders that he has ever handled, and maybe the number of sales that he has ever successfully sold out. So when the headmaster will be adding more vendors, these vendors will be coming here automatically. Okay. Then having the orders, we're going to come back here to vendors. So having the orders. Okay. So the procurement officer can also see the orders. And having our store, this is our store and how it is standing at this moment. Okay. So let us try to go to orders. Right now these figures are not accurate, but I'll write that code that will fix them and make them accurate. Now let us go to what? To orders. So you go to orders, you see there's no order that is pending right now. Now you remember we said that the procurement officer, it is his task to create an order when he's seeing like products are being used up in the stores or the school. He can place an order. So let us place an order. So go to vendors and go to visit shop. So the vendors will be listed here. So let me go to visit shop. So we can see different products that this vendor is selling. You can see he's having he's selling beans, and he's selling cooking oil, selling what? Rice. And we can see even here the quantities of these products. Okay. So let us try to add to cart, so you're having 1,300 liters of cooking oil. It's having 100 kilograms of rice. What you're going to do, remember we say this is a management system, so once we purchase something and that order is cleared, this amount will reduce on the other side, and it will be added on our side, on our store here, once the order is cleared. So let us try to purchase 5 kilograms of rice, and maybe let us purchase 200 kilograms of rice and maybe 300 liters of oil. So you click on what? To add to cart. So it has been added to cart. You see here the cart is counting 1, and let us add also cooking oil. Click on add to cart. Okay, you're having 2. This one is sold out. In fact, it's not even supposed to appear here. You can see there is 0 quantities of of beans, so it cannot even allow you to submit this order, as you will see. Now let us go to cart itself, and there it is. Now I'm going to before we check out, we have to. Man, no, I don't say salam, man. I'm done. You're not serious.
Where is the edge? Where should I go? Alaikum salam. See that I'm fine.
So here you see we go to checkout. When you click on this card, it will take you to checkout. Okay, so this is checkout of the procurement officer trying to submit the order. So here we are showing the product type that is inside the product, that is inside the cart, and the amount and the price. So assume that we want a quantity that is beyond the available amount. Let us say 5,000 liters, and then try to update the cart. You see, it will not allow us. Why? Because we are having only 1,000 kilograms of rice. So we cannot update something that is more than 1,000. So let me purchase 200 kilograms of rice, and I'm going also to purchase maybe 300 liters of cooking oil. So before I place an order, I have to first update the cart. Okay, so after updating the cart, it will show you now the values that have been updated here. Then after updating, then I have to do what? To place the order. So I place the order. This order will be submitted, and you can see order submitted successfully. And once there is an order which is not completed, whether it is 1 or 2, these numbers will always be here. You see the cart was having some digits, now emptied, and the number of orders that are still in a process, they'll be shown here, they'll be indicated here. For example, you can see here we're having one order that is in pending. Why? We've just submitted it now. Before it was 0. So it means that this order has been completed yet. So as a procurement officer, if you preview the order, there is no action that you can do apart from cancelling the order. And you can, the procurement officer can cancel this order if it is not yet confirmed. So if it is not confirmed yet, the procurement officer has ability to do what? Has ability to cancel this order if it is not confirmed yet. And if it is confirmed, then the procurement officer has no other control on this order. And the one who can confirm this order is the what? It's the headmaster. So you can see cancel order. That's what you can do. Nothing else apart from that. Then I have our store. Of course, that is it. So this order which is on pending, we is having here one that indicates telling that there's something that is pending. Okay. And the total price of the product will be here. This order is there. So I'm going to log out this procurement officer, and then I log in as a supplier, and we see if this order that is pending is already on the supplier's side. Okay, and then if it is not there, then we'll come back to the headmaster and confirm the order. Just we are testing. So I'll log out. Remember, this order is still premature because it is a procurement officer who has just submitted it. So supplier, supplier's account is supplier. You can put as many as you want, but me, I created just some for testing. gmail.com, password 1234, and then I log in. Yeah, save. So you can you see? This is the supplier. I've not exploited the whole supplier's section, but we'll come back to the supplier. My main point here is the order part. Can you see? The supplier cannot see an order. He's just only seeing the order that was cleared. The supplier cannot see an order if it is not what? It is not verified by the headmaster. Okay, because this is an external what? An external user. Now let us go to the headmaster and verify this order. Then we'll come back to the supplier and explore the supplier. This was just testing the security. So let me log out. I'll log in again as a headmaster, which is hm@gmail.com. So log in. So you are logged in as what? As headmaster. So you can see as the headmaster, this thing was indicating 0. But if there's something that is on processing, it will be showing the counting. As you can see here, there is a 1, meaning that there is something to notify the headmaster that there is some order that is on pending. So if you click on this, then the headmaster will be able to see that there is an order that has been created today and is on pending. So if you click on preview order, you'll be able to see the details of that order. As you can see, seeing the details of this order here, and then I can see the summary of this order, the total price, and the items in this order. And then the main important part is the changing status. You see even the status of this order is on pending. So the next thing is to change the status. So as a headmaster, he has the ability to change the status. So here we have the status, update the order status, and delete this order. That's the possible action that the headmaster can do on this order. So we can select on this order. He can either accept this order or decline this order. Once this order is declined, it will be there, but it will show the other supplier to show the procurement officer that this order has been declined. Maybe it need to be edited, something like that, or for some reasons. So as headmaster, I'm going to accept what? I'm going to accept this order. So I'll accept, and then I'll update this order, or you can as well delete this order. So update this order status. You can see the order status has been updated. So there's no more order that is on that is on pending. Now the status has been changed to what? To processing. And the other thing that you can do right now, the only thing is to delete this order. So if you go to the orders, you'll see there's some order that is showing the color of processing. So order that is processing, remember we said that there are different levels. There is pending, and pending status is the status when the the procurement officer just submitted an order and it is waiting to be verified. And this order can be seen by the headmaster and the procurement officer or the storekeeper himself, but not the supplier. And once it is changed or it is accepted, the status of the order will be changed to what? To processing. And it is processing, this order will be shown by will be visible now by the what? By the supplier. So let's log out and log in as suppliers. Okay, yeah, supplier. Now you can see, now the supplier is now counting the order 1. You can see now here, and the supplier is having the orders, and there is one order that is processing. You see, so we only count the things that are processing just to notify the responsible people. So let me view this order as a what? As a supplier. See, I'm viewing this order as a supplier. So if I finish maybe supplying these products, maybe I've sent them to the storekeeper or to the school itself, I have now the action of doing what? Of clearing this order. So when I clear this order, it means this order is now waiting. It's now on what? On shipping. You see, now it is 0 and now it is shipping. So when it is shipping, will show again on the other side of storekeeper to do what? To issue the delivery note when this order is what? Is delivered. I hope you get now the concept. Now it is on what? On shipping. So before we go back to the storekeeper, let us get done with this supplier thing. Okay, so supplier can manage orders. You've seen what is happening with orders, and the order status is now in shipping. So once the shipping, the procurement officer will verify that the order has been delivered, and then he will set it to be cleared. And then once he clears those things, the order note will be issued, and those products will be automatically added to the stock of the school. So go to the dashboard. Here is what the supplier can see on his dashboard. We go to add new stock, and this is what you see now. In fact, I'm too fast here. So a supplier has the ability to add add a stock. So to add a new stock, we'll just simply go add new stock, and then you'll select the stock that you want to add. For example, we're running out of what? We're running out of cooking oil. No. We're running out of rice. Yeah, I think I forgot something. There's something that we were running out of it. Let me see. What was it? I think if we come here to my store, yeah. You see here the supplier. You can see all his purchases. Okay, his store details. He don't have what? He don't have beans. You're running out of beans. There's no beans. Let us add some beans. So simply click on add new stock, and then I'll select beans, and then I select the amount of beans that I want to add. Let me say maybe it is 800 kilograms of beans, and then I put the price that I'm selling these particular beans. Maybe it is 4,500, or maybe 1,500, 1,200. Okay, and the product quantity, so the amount that I bought it at 800, and the amount that I'm selling at 1,800. So product quantity, let me say 8,000. Then I can put here details of beans. Okay, and then I can add the stock. So here it will be my stock records. Everything that I add, it will be shown here. As you can see, the last stock that I've just added is beans, and if you go in bottom here, you can see the beans. Okay, so every stock that I add, it will be shown here as a what? Me as a my stock record as a what? As a supplier. It's supposed to be stock record, but I put purchases, but it's all the same, I think. So if I come my store, will be showing him how his store is standing. These are the products that are in his store. He's having beans, he's having cooking oil, having rice, but he don't have cassava. That's why you don't see the cassava is not appearing here. So in the beans, he's sold. He's having 800. He's having 500 cooking oil liters. I mean, having 400 liters of cooking oil. He's having 800 of beans. He's having 800 of kilograms of. I mean, he's having 800 kgs of what? Of rice. So here you can see his what? His store. I hope you've understood. And the thing that will be reducing this store is when he clears the what? The order. So that is the supplier dashboard, the supplier's dashboard. Now let us log out and log into the what? To the someone is calling me. So stressing. Okay, let us log into the to the what? To the suppliers. I mean to the procurement officer's dashboard, and we see the order that was submitted. So procurement officer. Then here we'll be able to see the what? The order. Can you see here under the order we're having the order that is on shipping? You see the other order that is submitted. So we are going to clear this order. So I click on shipping. Now since this, I mean on the order itself, since this order is on what? Is on shipping. Now you can say receive this order. So when you receive this order, and then order, I mean received note will be what? Prepare goods received note. It will be placed here. So when you prepare good received notes, that note will be prepared and will be printed. But for now, it's just like this, okay? So you can confirm that these products was received. Now you can see the status of this order is now cleared. It means that now the products have been reduced from the other side of the supplier, and they have been incremented in the what? In our store of the school. See, we now have 4,200 liters of what? You see here, come to our store to see the details. You see you have now 4,200 liters of what? Of cooking oil. I have 4,200 liters of kilograms of rice. So the other thing is to issue, the other thing that is remaining in this side of the procurement officer, the most important thing is to issue out these products, to issue out this stock. For example, we want to cook rice today, so this supplier, I mean this storekeeper or the storekeeper or the procurement officer has to issue out those products, like to reduce now this product that are in our store. That's the thing that is remaining, that is very important. I'll add it. Okay, so that when we want maybe to cook the rice 200 kilograms, we come and he will be issuing out this rice, and then this stock will be also be what? Will be reducing, and then we'll have completed the whole procurement system. Thank you for watching. But before, I think that's all, but before I finish it all, let me summarize. I said we have 3 different access levels. That is the headmaster, the procurement officer, and the supplier. The headmaster will be the administrator of the whole system, but he will also not do everything. Among the things that he cannot do, he cannot place a new order, but he have a vital play. I mean, they have a vital role to play in the new order. That is to confirm the order. Procurement officer will not do everything. His task will be to manage the stock. Among the important things that he can do is to place a what? To place an order. And then once the order is placed, then the headmaster will be able to confirm this order or decline this order. or delete the order. Once the order is confirmed, this order will be able to will now appear on this side of the procurement of it, on the side of the supplier. And once the supplier receive this order, you will be able to clear or to ship this order. Okay, so once the order is on shipping, the procurement officer will be able to receive this order, and he will be able to either receive it or delete the order that was not delivered. And once he receives the order, then the order will be confirmed and made as cleared. Once the order is made as cleared, it can process now what? Goods received not. And the only thing that is remaining is now to issue out the products from the school main store. That is what is remaining by the procurement officer. But other important processes of the procurement management system have been implemented. And if you can explain this to your supervisor and say that the rest will be implemented later as non-functioning goals, I think still you can earn your good mark. Thank you for watching.